Well, hello everybody. Sorry I haven't done a live in 24 hours and I didn't do Module 4. I had family issues in regards to my children, one of which, so I had to deal with that. Always be mindful of internet activity on social media for your children. I try to stay current with that all the time, especially for my girls. And sometimes it gets away from you. But stay vigilant, keep up with it, get it done for your kids, because there's no shortage of world predators out there. And actually, someone who had kind of violated MySpace going to my kids had led me to that. Not them, but that action by them messaging one of my daughters led me to have a good look at their Facebook, and lo and behold, I find a 50-plus-year-old man on my daughter's friends list, and of course that's inappropriate. So I dealt with that. I took 24 hours off for my family, my kids. Like I said, parents, be mindful, which kind of overlaps into missing Indigenous women. I know people with their narratives. Reality is it's just a lot of regular everyday people doing that to the missing Indigenous women. Sure, there's police, sure, there's activity all over the place with different groups, but a large majority of it comes from just regular people going after those vulnerable, just like children. It's a problem in Canada, a 5% of the population kind of problem, I would think, and it's something you always have to be mindful of your children. And I'm glad I caught on to that. I got it dealt with. It took a day, but it's all done, and my girls are safe. Always put your family first. Now, on to a message for the third class. A lot of you reached out. I've gone through my emails. I had some time. I worked today. I'm at the laundromat waiting for my wash, and I'm going to make flyers for World Constitution Day. So I'll be handing out in Barrie for all the events that day. But I want to let everybody know the things I'm doing with the First Peoples have to be done. These tools provided by the Allies, which I got more on my last session with you in SCP-5. I got a lot more in resolutions from all sources of P5, and even France is waking up. I posted that earlier today. I'm very ecstatic about that. They're very quiet. Of all the 5, they're very quiet, but not in the last 72 hours. They've been very active. It's been just excellent for me and for us going forward. So third class, this is a message for you. The reason why, and everybody, I'm targeting so hard on the children's genocide is that's the key. The Allies of World War II, the 5 superpowers, have left us tools, just you and me, everyday Joe Janes, tools to fight back and against an oppressive government. And in Canada's situation, in colonialism is what we are. The tools left for us are clear. As I run through the modules, we have a few more to do. We're halfway through it, but you know what? And I am behind. I would have liked to have another module under my belt, but we can double them up, and I'm going to double them up for all of next week, leading into our resolution process. From there, World Constitution Day, live. It's going to be excellent. That is something for the free world and the Allies. So, Canadians, the third class especially, second, third class, I have not forgotten about you. I am rising to the occasion. We have an opportunity not only to transform Canada for everybody, but to fix a broken system that is dominated absolutely by the first class. If I do not go forward with this on the residential genocide, the absolute assimilation orchestrated by government, absolutely, which is absolutely first class, who, through colonialism and all of that system we inherited as a country that's never been amended, those elite first-class citizens have had the power over all of us, and there's not much we can do about it until we address something where we can bring everybody together. This residential genocide, as terrible as it is an opportunity to pull out the tools from the UNSC P5 and absolutely save the third class for once and for all, as well as all First Peoples. For once and for all, there is limited anything that the first class can do if we can get the UNSC P5 to step in, which they likely are. When we go over the 5,200, they're damned anyway. It's going to go through. And the more we focus on this together as a combined peoples and show the allies that yes, we know all your laws, people are waking up to it, we figured your system out, we understand, regardless of how our government has abused us and kept us in the dark. And for third class, think of it this way. Think of it this way. The first class perpetrators of the genocide, the assimilation, completely illegal, worst of the worst crimes in this world today, they're trying to get you to pay $8 billion, and it's not $8 billion. And First Peoples understand this because it's in court right now. The government's fighting the settlement, so all of their first class buddies, law firms, lawyers, you name it, justices, elite first class citizens, are raking in the dough, fighting, meaning that's going to be like a $16 billion bill with even more added on to it, because the settlement isn't now, it's going to be postponed, but it's all off all your backs. And then there's all the promises going forward the government's going to make in the name of the third class taxpayer, meaning, oh, we'll write this, we'll write that, we're just going to make the third class pay for our heinous, unacceptable crimes, and there will be no accountability. Don't worry, and that's what they're doing. Now we can stop that. We can get 9.8 billion out of all those filthy autocrats who perpetrated this, all of them, all of the elite first class, tremendously more than what the First Peoples were promised in their baloney Truth and Reconciliation, which could be many decades before it comes to fruition. If we get the ICC involved, we go through the Indian Act, key areas, everybody, Section 115, where clearly the government takes all responsibility up to 2014 for the actions of the church, commanding the church, taking command over families, removing forcibly their children. They state that, and they even state that they're in charge of discipline of those children removed from those families. This is a heinous crime, the worst crime in the world today, the worst kind, and it's always perpetuated by colonials or former colonials. Did you know that? All the biggest, worst, atrocity-driven countries are all of the colonial or former colonials themselves, who never got proper constitutional design to begin with, because they just took the system for themselves, i.e. taking the crown for themselves and then perpetuating the crimes that were perpetuated against them on other people. Now we can end all that. We can end all that. We can show the world a beacon of hope and light, utilizing the P5, cementing them, and showing the world that this is what they crafted for us, and we're going to follow it to a T, honoring them, and at the same time showing the rest of the world how it's done. Remember, sovereignty, independence, and absolute freedom can be yours. It's there. All the tools are there. I'm rolling it all out for all of you, and we're going to have it. We're going to have it. We're going to finish this next week off strong. We're going to go into World Constitution Day. Then we're going to see, by the time this week's over here, or midweek, we're going to see what the Governor General says when she's officially ascended. Now, does she answer us, or does she dump us? Because if she dumps us, we already have a plan of action for that. I'm ready for the Supreme Court. All that's in place. We're ready to go should the Governor General give us the nod. Now, we'll see. We'll see. She talked to the Queen. We only got a small piece of that conversation, but we'll see if the Queen filled her in on all the blanks that I'm filling all of you in on. Now, I'm telling you, Boris Johnson, the House of Lords, will be all over this. They're not going to take the rap for Canada's actions. And this new Governor General, she had the time with the Queen. I hope she utilized it. I hope she utilized it correctly, and I hope she responds to us. If she doesn't, we know what we have to do. And ultimately, at the end of the day, third-class, second-class citizens, we must team up with the First Peoples. This is the requirement of the P5. We do that, we unify, we can throw out the first class. Not only that, they'll be prosecuted entirely, all the way up till today and all the weeks forward under this act, all the way up to election 2023. All of them. And every one all the way back to 1945, even 1941, at different levels. And at some levels, it's going to get really hairy for them and those leaders of those eras, going all the way up to absolutely 2014. And even in some regions in Canada, still to this day, there is serious, all the way up to including the death penalty here. Not a small thing. And for those criticizing me or thinking that somehow I'm in bed with China, China's one of the world powers. USA recognizes it, so does UK. So for all of those radicals trying to pretend somehow they can influence USA, or we're in with USA's political or UK's, I can tell you for a fact, as someone who stands and is standing on that stage at regular intervals, nothing we've been told is even remotely close to the truth. And a lot of my loyalist followers, party insiders on the board, already know front and center, firsthand, in those Zooms, in those presentations, even live UNSC YouTube, hosted by various of them. We've seen all those leaders come and go in, and guess what? Nothing that we've heard is actually official at all. Not a chance. And in fact, USA and UK revoked the accusations on China. And when the day of children's genocide came through, it was only Canada who was listed with the worst atrocities. I'm telling you, Linda Thomas Greenfield zipped her lip. The rest walked out. Wouldn't veto anything China said, let alone debate them. So did the president of the UNSC. France is the president of the UNSC right now this month. And it's tremendous activity. It's great. I'm going to have my time, and I'm going to get it in. And we have another email to go yet. Busy week ahead. Huge. Lots of work to do as always. And it'll only be a sprint from here on out. So don't lose heart. Don't lose faith. Everything is going just excellent. And it's only going to get better and better. So, don't lose heart. Don't lose faith. I know what I'm doing. I'm a third-class citizen too. You think I want to see my kids suffer? I have not lost focus. We have tremendous trajectory and a clear path to get this done. We might not even need the election, even though we're still going to do it. But even if we don't get that, we're definitely going to change the system regardless. Just as regular folk. Watch World Constitution Day. You can't miss it. It's excellent, and that is going to the P5. They'll all be taking that. That's forever, and it's not going nowhere. There's nothing. Justin Trudeau, Jagmeet Singh, Aaron O'Toole, Maxime Bernier, Yves Blanchette, the list goes on and on. Nothing any of the filthy autocrats can do about it. Game over. Game over. Checkmate. Already done. And now we just get to watch the game and replay. Really, for me, everything is just in a series. We got this, you guys. It's beautiful. We're going to get it done one way or another. Have a great day. We'll see you Monday as I continue on with the modules. This weekend, lots to prepare for World Constitution Day. Got to get a new suit. Got to do a bunch of flyers. Got to set up all our systems, make sure it all works. Have all our systems in place and devices. So, busy. Okay, bye now. Have a great one. Thanks, everybody. God bless.